Start talking.
Hello, welcome everybody. Normally what happens at this point, we spend about 10 minutes going like this.
The obligatory...
Is it working? Is it working? Like two dickheads. But I reckon it might be working. I've got no idea. It might not be working. Oh, there's chat. There's chat.
There's
it
chat.
must be
There's
working.
chat. It's working. It's working. Press the button, Lou.
I've pressed the button. I've got no idea. It might... Oh shit, hang on. I can hear myself there. We don't want that, do we?
Nobody wants that. Definitely
Good
not.
evening. How is everyone? How are you all doing? How are you doing?
I'm all right, you know. I'm not too bad. It's Saturday night. It's weird, isn't it? I feel like it should be a Sunday.
The nerves, Emily's, the nerves are kicked in. Also, can I just stand up?
No.
Stand up. If you're wondering why Emily looks a bit tall, she's got herself a booster seat so that she didn't look so short sitting next to me. So Emily's on the booster seat.
I'm just growing, that's all.
So I believe it's working. I'm just going to get a... if I look down here, I've got my laptop right here so that I can read the chat, because the chat goes incredibly fast. And I am getting older, and you're right over there, and I can't read it on our screen, so we've got the laptop
It's very
going.
tiny on the phone screen, isn't it?
It is very tiny. Right, so I assume we're working. So sound and audio, picture, all okay? Let's just,
All good.
all good.
All good to go. All good to go.
Someone tell me. I don't know. No one's telling me. Yeah, it's great to see where you're all from, but if someone can tell me. Yeah, all working.
Yay!
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Whoever put that is gone, but thank you very much.
1 minute and 32 seconds in, just to make sure that everything's going okay. The obligatory, you know, make sure it's working crap.
So we've never gone live on a Saturday. We've never posted anything on a Saturday, so this is new for us, isn't it?
It is new, yeah. Honestly, it's put me out. It genuinely has put me out of sorts. I feel like I should be going to bed for like Sunday or something.
It might be quieter than normal. Hopefully, we're hoping it's a little bit quieter so that we can keep up with the chat a bit more. Because usually it gets quite busy and we miss all the chat. But because it's Saturday night, people might be out, isn't it? Saturday night.
Saturday. Yeah, not us. We're too old for all of that stuff, no?
Well, we're not too old. We're very tired. We've had a big week. We've had a very busy week.
Oh, we have had a big week. I'm not allowed to say anything, so I'm just going to keep stum because I can't be trusted. My mouth just runs away with me.
Well, you can say, but it'll just ruin the video they're going to watch next week. So we've pretty much filmed our first video back after our holiday. So that's going to come out on Sunday. So we'll be back to normal scheduling on Sunday, 4 o'clock from Sunday onwards. And you should be back to regular videos. I do warn you though, the one that's coming on Sunday is long. It's like 50 minutes long. Emily says it's too long. I agree, but we filmed it now, so
it's tough. Yeah,
it's what it is.
It's filmed, it's edited, it's done. Do you know what I mean? So it's gonna be 50 minutes. No, not tomorrow. Next week.
Yeah, next week. Tomorrow is so we're going live tonight instead of a video tomorrow, and then the first video back will be from next week. So that's how we normally run. So the videos are normally like a week to 2 weeks behind real time, not in real time, because I just can't.
We just can't.
I just
with
can't
everything,
edit that fast.
no, with everything that we're doing and all of the work and all of the early mornings, I genuinely thought we was done with early mornings and late evenings, but apparently not. 9:30. I had my dinner last night because 9 p.m. is when we finished.
We just had a holiday though, so we needed to get right back into it. There's a lot of love for the 50-minute long video. People were excited for Are you genuinely excited for a 50-minute long video? I mean, stuff happens. Like there's a start, and then we get all the way to the end of something. We finish something. We finish what we intended to do in that video, but don't finish anything. Really.
Let's not expectations and all that. Do you know what I mean? Let's bring them down a little bit there.
50 minutes for summer. There's quite a lot of summer in it actually, but towards the end, so you will need to stay tuned for 50 minutes of summer content.
She has been a little bit of a cutie, to be fair, hasn't she?
Yes, right. Let's start with some questions. I need your phone because I've used mine for the...
Oh, okay, like that, is it?
It is like that. You don't know what you're doing.
I'm just scrolling. I'm just going through. That was where I was going. That was right. You're in the wrong place.
No, I want to be in there.
I'm not on our channel.
Doesn't matter. I can still read the...
You can read the chat, can you?
I don't want to read the chat. I'm doing the preloaded, the questions that have come out today. We forgot we were going live, so I put a post out this morning going, we're going live, we need some questions. But luckily, you kind people have obliged, and there's many questions here. We did the same on Instagram, so we won't get through them all. I'm just going to pick them at random, and if we answer your question, great. If we miss your question, I'm really sorry.
Yep.
But we're going to try and do some questions from here, talk a little bit about what our plans are for the rest of this year and early next year. Well, what our plans might be, because we can't decide.
Oh, God.
And then we'll do some questions from the chat and try and engage a little bit in the chat. So Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah? So are you ready for your first question?
Go for it. I'm ready. I'm prepped. I'm good.
Okay. Right, this one is from Ed Aston Owen.
Oh, we're getting names and everything.
Yeah, I don't normally do names.
No.
Ed Aston Owen, you're probably the only person that's going to get a name because we try and go through this quickly. I just forgot what we did. Right, okay, so Ed Aston Owen says,
Yep.
I'd be interested to hear how you decide what to do and who's doing what.
Oh, so I don't decide, Louise decides. I get told what I'm going to do and then I just do it.
And I'd like to add to that, I don't actually decide. When AJ was here, everything was obviously based around him for a long time, so he kind of decided, and the weather. So it really does depend on what materials we can get, how quickly we can get the materials, what needs to be done first, and then what the weather dictates we can do.
And then I'm told what to do.
And then I say to Emily, would you mind?
Right.
Is it all right if we have a
No,
crack
it
at
goes,
this?
do you think, what do you think about this? Should we do this or this? And I go, well, I think this should, no, we're going to do this. And I'm like, well, why have you asked me?
Can I just
Why?
add though, we have the exact same conversation
What about dinner?
when Emily asks me what I want for dinner. She'll go, what do you want for dinner? And I go, well, what you got? And she goes, we've got this, this, this and this. And I go, well, I fancy this, like this. And
Yeah.
she goes, no, I don't want that. And I go, well, what about this one? No, I don't want that. What
but
about this one?
that's just
I've got
dinner.
no veg.
That's just yeah, but that's just dinner that takes like all of 30 minutes. You're deciding a project that could take
A week.
week.
Right? But we have dinner every single night, so all week.
Shut, you're such a twat, honestly.
So yeah, that's how we decide what's going. It is usually materials and weather and then urgency of what needs doing first.
Yes, yeah.
And then sometimes like wildlife gets in the way or plays its part and stuff, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. And
there is that.
Well.
Oh no, I was just.
It's like stopping me, like, right, shut
Oh,
up
here we go.
now.
You'll like this one. Also, any tips? This is still Ed Aston Owen. Also, any tips for working harmoniously together? I've been doing a lot of work on our house with my wife, and my wife is keen to get more involved, which I'm finding a bit challenging as I'm used to working on my own and making things up as I go.
Louise makes things up as she goes all of the time.
Yes.
9 times out of 10, she zones me out and I'll be talking and she's not listening. That's not a lie. It's not a lie, is it? And I'm like, blah, blah, blah. She's like,
Because
no.
I'm trying to like work out at what length of timber we need or whatnot, and Emily's talking about what outfit she might wear in 3 weeks' time when she goes out with the girls or whatever she's doing. I don't need that information right there and then. So no, generally, how do we work harmoniously together? I think this is the key. So you work to your strengths. So I
Yes.
can appreciate what Emily's strengths are, and Emily can appreciate what my strengths are, and then we work to them. So you'll know if I'm better. Like Emily's better at maths than me. So if something needs working out, unless it's measurements,
just give me the numbers.
it gets a
Don't.
bit hairy when there's measurements involved. But if it's just numbers, I know that Emily's quicker, so I just say, what do we need? And Emily does it. But if it's measurements, for example, you'll just let me do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when you try and get involved, that's when you end up arguing, because
Yes.
brains don't work the same way. So how I might do something
Oh,
is
yeah,
completely
it's
different
completely
to
different.
how you might do it.
Yeah, 100%.
And then, like I say, just recognising each other's strengths.
Yeah, and I think from the other point, because I've been doing a lot of stuff that I'm not used to doing, i.e. like your wife would be coming in and probably helping with stuff that she isn't used to doing. I've kind of taken the lead from Louise, and if I am sort of like struggling with anything, or I'm like, wait a minute, can we just slow this down? You then listen.
Although once Emily has achieved something just once, she is obviously an expert in that field immediately.
But that's just how it goes, no? That's just how it works.
That is how it
Obviously. And if you notice something, you got to say it, because I keep getting told off, well, you didn't say nothing, did you?
Yeah, sometimes I'm about to make a mistake and Emily doesn't tell me. She lets me make the mistake, and then afterwards she goes, yeah, I thought that was going to happen.
I was like, well, I could say. Yeah, because if I sometimes say it, depending on what mood or how the task has gone, depends on the reception I'm going to get. So sometimes I just keep my mouth shut and just let you make the mistake and learn from your mistake.
And then gloat about it afterwards.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how you do it. So yeah, there's no real answer actually to how you do it. You just have to suck it up, grit your teeth, grin and bear it, and get on with it. Okay, the next question. I'm going to do the names. The next question is from Emma Campbell 452. Emma wants to know, what has been your favourite part of the whole cottage cabin build so far, and which part do you dread doing?
So go on.
I think our favourite part, or one of our new favourite parts, you're going to see on Sunday next week.
Yes.
We've done something that
Yes.
It's going to make our life much easier, and yeah, you'll see that on Sunday.
Yeah, definitely.
My next favourite part, or would be when we rebuilt we replaced the lintel and rebuilt the stone wall above it.
Oh yes, that was very good actually, wasn't
Yes,
it?
because neither one of us has done any kind of stone masonry before, so it was completely new, and I think we did a bloody good job.
Yeah,
And
I would agree.
and no one died, so it was top notch.
Yeah. I don't dread anything. No, listen.
No,
You looked at me like, you liar. You liar. You literally, your eyes. It's like, I don't dread like a task. I'm
just listening to you. Otherwise, I'm just looking. I'm engaged in what you're saying.
Your little eyes. No, I dread the alarm clock going off right, at like 5 o'clock in the morning and stuff, and you're there. The part I dread is you're so happy in the mornings, and I can't cope with it. Why can't you just be like a normal person? Like,
because when I go to bed and it's about like, because I get frustrated. Say it's the night before we're going to do a big job.
yeah.
And it's like 9, 10, 11 o'clock, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, well, we're just wasting time. So by the
Oh,
time
shall we just do it then, shall we?
well, I would. If I could do it at like 11 o'clock at night, I would. But the thing is, so then I've waited all night. And I'm up. So I'm like, right, let's go. Let's crack on. Let's get this done.
And I'm like, give me a minute. Just give me a minute.
You
So
do
yeah,
need a minute,
there's
don't
no
you?
actual task that I dread. Is there a task that you dread? Just working with me.
No, I enjoy working with you.
You said that with a straight face and everything.
I did really well, didn't I? I did really well.
Because I can see your face sometimes when I'm using a tool and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah, but you pull the same face. What was I trying to cook the other day?
Oh yeah, that was painful. That was painful.
No, I enjoy working with you. I enjoy watching you learn new things and achieve it, and then you're not as proud of yourself as you should be.
I think I am. I'm like, oh yeah, I done that.
Emily's got muscles now though that she's never had, right? And every time I take a picture or post something on Instagram, she's like, "Oh, have you got my muscles in it?"
No, don't say that, you little liar.
You think that, and then go, "Oh, look at my muscles! Oh, look at them!"
I don't say, have you got my muscles in it? I just, when I see them, I go, oh, look at my muscles.
Are you ready for your next question?
Yes.
Now that you have the roof on the cabin, will you use this new space for storage, and how will you access it? Yes, it was always the plan to have the curved space above the cabin as storage. It's going to be a kit room for like camping gear, kayaks and all that kind of stuff, where it doesn't matter if it gets a little bit cold and damp. And we'll access it with the ladder out the front, and then for getting the kayaks, I'm toying with the idea of making a pulley system that will run off that beam at the front, and then we just pulley it up and then swing it over and plonk it down.
Yep.
So that's that. Ready, next one?
Yep. Go.
Have you inscribed the barn with a date and your names?
No, we done the names and I forgot the date.
What I think we should do is when it's finished, is on one of the beams up in the curve roof, we should put a plaque with our names, the date.
Yeah.
We assume this is the second time the curve roof's been built.
Yeah.
And a little note saying, "Please save me when I'm rotten."
Okay, yeah, I like that. Yeah,
we'll do that. We'll get a little plaque made.
Yeah.
And then the second part of this question. So this question's come up a lot over the last few weeks, so we might as well answer it. And it is: are you doing underfloor heating in the house?
Oh, I was waiting for it. No, because it's because of me actually that we're not having underfloor heating, because I like to wear slippers and a dressing gown, and whenever I step on underfloor heating, I just don't like it. I've been in quite a few houses that have got it, and
you always want to turn it off.
I always want to turn it off. So it just.
I did ask Emily the question, and I did consider putting the pipes under there in case we ever did change our mind, but you were so adamant you didn't want it. And the way our house is going to work and the way we live our life, underfloor heating isn't really the best of options. So underfloor heating, it takes a long time to heat up, and then you leave it on low, and you just leave it on all of the time, 24/7. But with us, like, we plan to be away most winters, and then we're going to go on long trips. So some years we might only be here for 6 months of the year.
Yeah.
So we don't really want to leave the heating on that whole time, and if we turn it off, we've then got to use all that power to get it up to heat again every single time. And then I'll go on to, a lot of people ask if we're going to have a pump for our heating and whatnot, but it all relies on electric, and again, they work better in an airtight house or a house that's lived in all the time. We hate not being able to we love to open the windows and let fresh air blow through, don't we?
Yes, we do, yeah.
And with our stone walls, ventilation is going to be so important that modern way, underfloor heating and the heat pump, isn't an ideal solution for us. So we're just going old school, oil rads. I might put in some electric heating at some point as a contingency plan, or to run off solar for when we can. But don't forget, this is Ireland. There isn't a whole great deal of sun when you need the heat the most. So we will go down that route eventually, but for now we're just going to go, because we're going to be travelling for quite some years, we're just going to go the simple route.
Yes.
And then maybe look to do that. However, this cabin will be fully off-grid.
It will, yeah.
So this is going to have all singing, dancing, solar panels, off-grid system, the lot. So we're going to have best of both worlds. We'll have on the grid, because on the grid is just so much easier.
Yep.
And then we'll have the cabin as an off-grid option if we A, get really skint, or B, there's some sort of big problem, or a power cut. Remember we had that like 17-day power cut?
Yes, yes.
And having the van, having an off-grid option was so beneficial, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was. And once we build our underground bunker, that's going to be
She
like
wants an underground bunker.
even better as well, you know? I have loads of preserves down there, Louise. If you don't want to join me, I'll build it by myself. I know a digger, man.
The trouble is she knows all the trades now, so she keeps all the
That's
tradespeople. So she keeps going to me. Well, I'll just ask Desi.
Yeah, don't test me, Louise. I'll get it done.
What has been the most unexpected character building moment of the cottage renovation so far, and did it happen on or off camera? Everything happens on camera, so everything we film is used pretty much. I hardly cut anything out unless it's just a long clip of us just doing something. I just tend to speed it up, but so it would have been on camera. And the most character building moment for you, do you think?
Building the cabin.
Yeah, putting the roof. The roof, I'd say, was probably quite character building.
There was one day. This is the one day, and I think there was a point where we were so far into it, and it was, I don't know, like 7 o'clock at night or something like that, and I knew, because I calculate everything, I knew how long one board was taking us to put up and stuff, so I knew we still had at least like 2-3 hours to go. And she went to me, we need to finish this, can we carry on? I was just like, yes, but can you just not speak to me for 5 or 10 minutes? I just need a minute to get my head around it. And yeah, I think it was, I haven't had to like get my head in the game and really zone in and focus on anything since my younger days like that, and get my willpower in to finish it, because we'd started early. It had been weeks of pure hell.
I didn't go that far.
It was just horrendous. We was constantly fighting the weather. Poor AJ, like.
I think because we was working on that every single day throughout December, there was no break, and it's probably the first time since she was in the Navy you've done something
100%.
that manual every single day. Like, you've been doing manual stuff, but you normally get days off or breaks in between.
Yeah, and like it's just normal days. Louise doesn't have normal days. There's no normal days. I'm like, there's no normal days. Where's the normal days, Louise?
Yeah, well, we're going to try and change that. So from now on, we're going to try and take weekends off. So we're going to try and take every Saturday and Sunday off. So whatever we get done in the week is what's in the video, and that's it. And if something doesn't get finished, it's because what happens is I try and get things finished.
Yes.
And whatnot. But
yes, she does.
We're going to try and...
She's a machine, honestly.
We're going to try and change that this year. I watched an old episode of yours when you were in Slovenia in the snow. Are you planning any camper vanning trips in the future? First of all, Slovenia was beautiful. We'd love to go back, wouldn't we?
Yeah, absolutely stunning.
And the second part of that, planning any camper vanning trips in the future? Well, we might as well go into this now.
Because that's a few people have asked a question about travelling and stuff.
So yes, we definitely 100% are. As to when, we don't know. So we're currently in a bit of a... We're 50-50 about what we're going to do over the winter, and we keep flitting and changing our minds. So when we went away in the van, we went back to England, didn't we? And we had a brilliant time in the van. We did some cool stuff. We went on some like adventures, stuff we used to do if you was here for the travel videos, all the kind of stuff we used to do all the time.
I think even a little bit more adventurous.
Yeah, a little bit more adventurous. And we absolutely loved it, didn't we? And we was like, we just want to go on a big trip. Like, I am craving some European adventure, or even further afield than Europe, but some culture and some different things and all that kind of thing that you get when you're on the road. And then we came back to the house, and then we started working on the house, and we was like, we're at the point where we're going to start to make like visible progress. Like, a lot of it's been demolition and clearing and prepping, but we're at the point now where we're about to start making progress. And now we're back here, we're like, we want to crack on with the house. And then I'm like, but we want to go away, but we want to crack on the house, we want to go away. And we have another project, which we mentioned several months back now.
Yes, because we don't have enough projects, obviously.
So we can't decide what to do. So we're very much in an in-between situation at the minute, aren't we?
Yeah, very, very much in limbo with
We have a very specific plan. So if we're not at the house, we have a very specific plan on what we want to do.
Yeah.
It will involve travel.
Yes.
But not like you've seen us do before. It's going to be, well, kind of like you've seen us do. I won't go into what I don't want to do is say we're doing this and then we stay at the house and we don't do that, and then everyone's like, oh, I thought you was going to do that, or bring it in, bring the channel in that direction and then swerve back. So
I do think there will be some travels though, Louise.
Yeah, there'll be.
I think that we're both hankering after that.
This year into beginning of next year. After Christmas.
After Christmas.
Or potentially before Christmas.
Well.
But so we'd love to know, what would you how many do you want to see us like hellbent on? You shouldn't take the mick, Emily. You shouldn't take the mick.
Shut up, Louise. I can out of you.
Yeah, you can out of me. So yeah, we get asked this a lot all the time. Are you going to go travels? And then when we say we might go travels, we get the opposite and go, oh, but I want to see you do the house. So what would you write? Do you want to see us on the road? Do you want to see us at the house? Do you want to see us doing something completely different, or what? Because we are literally 50-50 at the minute, aren't we? On what we want to do over the winter.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. It's choices. It's decisions. I'm never very good at making decisions anyway, but yeah, I am. From going back, I am hankering after a little bit of a travel thing, no?
Yeah, I'm just seeing what the general consensus is.
Oh, what in the thing?
Yeah, to see what people...
House.
Yeah, and house. Everyone wants to see the house.
House. Rock. It's going too quick. I can't see
It's going
it.
too fast. What I'll do...
Someone said both. Loads of them are saying both as well.
Both.
Come to the US. Okay.
Maybe in
I'll be there.
Approximately 3 years' time, perhaps. What I might do is put a poll out. So if you have got YouTube on your phone, then on Friday next week, we'll put a poll out.
Yeah.
With a few options, and then you guys can have a vote about what you'd rather see. Obviously, we're going to do what we want.
Yeah, it's
what
just
we
nice
want to do.
it's just nice to get some feedback.
It would be nice to get some feedback. Yes. But I think there will be some sort of travel over the winter regardless, even if it's a short trip or a mini trip or maybe a 3 month because of Schengen and whatnot.
Yep.
But yeah, there'll definitely be some travel, but it's just how adventurous are we going to get and where we're going to go with it.
And where we're going to go,
yes. And then we might as well, seeing as we're talking about future plans, you might as well answer the other question that keeps coming back up about
will we get another dog?
Are we planning to get another dog? 100% yes. It's just we don't want to get another dog yet. A couple of reasons. One, so after AJ went, obviously we grieved heavily to start with, and then all you've done is look at rescue dogs constantly, isn't it?
They just keep popping up on my Instagram and Facebook and stuff. They're just there. I think
Instagram knows, doesn't it? So Instagram's just literally bombarding us with rescue dogs and rescue centres and all that kind of thing. And we'd love to go and get one now, but we do think it would feel like we're replacing him. Yeah. And we can't replace him. Obviously, we want another dog, but of its own entity, not a replacement of AJ.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
How long we can go without another dog is the question, because we realised. So long before AJ got sick, we were saying, because we had 2 dogs, and we were saying, when the boys go, we're definitely going to have like a 2-year break with no dogs, because don't get me wrong, we love the bones of them, and if we could have them both back tomorrow, we absolutely
100%.
would. But they are a big tie, and we was like, we're going to have 2 years off, and we're going to go and do all the big things we wanted to do, and that. But now we're like, do you know what? We don't really care about those big things as much as having another dog sometime sooner. Yeah. So that's where we're at with that at the minute, isn't it?
Yeah. We will, just not the right time at the minute, because I still think that we just need to get over age a little bit more.
Yes.
And then,
But it also plays into what we was discussing before about bigger travels. So as much as doing the house, like I say, 50% of us wants to just crack on with the house, it kind of makes sense for us to go and do some big adventures now while we don't have a dog, because inevitably, I think sometime next year, maybe towards the end of next year, mid to the end of maybe the summer, there will be another dog, and then of course we're back to all the restrictions of having a dog, which we'd be taking on willingly. And,
100%. Give me all that hair. Let me clean everything up. I said to her, why you bought these types of trousers? That's just dog hair attraction right there.
Black trousers. I've never been able to have black trousers with AJ. But yeah, so we are thinking, should we go and do the big adventures now while we don't have a dog, because there will inevitably be another dog, and we do want to get a younger, not necessarily a puppy, but a younger dog next time, because we're very active people, and when we are, so we'll still go on adventures with a dog, but just not the big kind of adventures that we're thinking about doing over this winter. But we want an active dog, so one that can go hiking, that can come running and whatnot. So
yeah, because we've actually been getting right into our running as well, haven't we?
yeah, because we've got no dog to walk, so we're having to replace.
We're just going running instead.
We're having to replace that with something. So
yeah, but it would be. What did he just say?
no, Matt said first of all he said no, but the dog, but then he's corrected himself. No, by the dog.
Oh, no, by the dog.
By the dog. Yeah.
Yeah. No, Matt, you've thrown me off. Matt, you've thrown me off. What was on the next questions, Louise?
Oh,
you just put it away, haven't you?
Yeah, because I was doing the big stuff. I was doing the big stuff, the plans and
the plans.
And that.
So anyway, there's going to be a poll. We're 50-50 of what we're doing.
So the answer to your question is yes, we're going to do the cottage. Yes, we're going to go on some travels. Yes, we're going to go on big adventures. Yes, we're going to get another dog. But we don't know when we're going to do that. We want to do it all next month. Pretty much. But obviously we need to decide.
Do you know what? Screw it. We'll leave tomorrow.
We're going to go to the animal show. We're going to pick up a dog and we're going to get on a plane and we're going to go somewhere. And then leave Desi a big wad of cash and say, can you finish the house?
There you go.
And then it'll all be done by Christmas.
No, because that's another thing, right? I'm actually really enjoying doing the renovations. Like the stuff that I'm learning is unbelievable. And the sense of achievement that I'm getting from doing it as well. Like when you look around, I still pull up at our house, regardless of even doing stuff, I still pull up at our house and I'm like, oh my God, this is ours. We live here, you know, like. And honestly, that garden is dying out for a dog as well. And the front part's going to have an agility section on it. I've already figured it out.
We saw there were some puppies that needed coming up for adoption, and they were collie cross Jack Russell Terriers. And I've always wanted a collie. In fact, every time I've gone out to get a dog, I went for a collie. I've never come home with a collie. I've always come home with something different. So a collie, but then Emily also wants a Jack Russell to help
for the
rat population. So we want a dog that's a bit smaller than AJ, so that it's a bit more van size, not too small, but just smaller than AJ. So we was like, well, a collie cross terrier, that's perfect. But then I had visions of it having the terrier's ability to find the rats, but the collie's ability to herd them. And I
just herd them into the garden.
Lots of rats by this collie cross terrier. So we didn't go for the collie cross terrier, but we was close, weren't we?
We was close, yeah. But honestly, like I laugh and joke about it. We will get another dog. It won't be this year that we get another dog, to be fair.
Yeah, definitely won't be before Christmas. No. We're using all of our willpower not to do it before Christmas.
Although, literally before the live, I'm like, look at Wilson.
She found a dog, and our first dog was called Wilson, and she found another dog. It was called Wilson, looked a bit like AJ, and was cute as you like, wasn't it?
Yeah, honestly, so cute.
But not yet.
But also, as we was talking about herding up rats, another question that we've seen a couple of times is Roland finally gone?
I think Roland and his harem of ladies will be back for winter. So we've just turned the heating on in the bathroom. So I'm expecting them to arrive any minute for their rent-free warm apartment above the bathroom.
Their suitcases, dragging them along. Do you know what I mean? Where's the insulation, ladies? We need some new stuff.
What do they like?
Shut up, because I've cleaned it all out as well.
Yes. So no, at the moment we are Roland free. However, we do think he'll be back for winter, or at least offspring or generations of Roland, because we have a regular fox, and our regular fox looked a bit ropey towards the end of the year, so Emily put a few bits of chicken out for it.
Yeah, not every day, because I don't feed them every day because we go away.
Just scraps, and we had the trail camera there, and the fox. So the rats are coming for the scraps, but then the fox comes and takes the rats. So it's working. We think we might have an effective rodent control problem here that's natural.
Yeah.
So it keeps the ecosystem balanced, because we're certainly not going to put poison down or kill them all.
No.
Can
we say about Summer?
Oh yeah, you can tell them about Summer.
So
Summer our cat.
Summer our cat. Yeah, Summer our cat. Summer our cat caught a rat.
Summer didn't catch a rat. So what happened?
She belly flopped it.
So when we had the Roland problem, everyone was like, just send Summer in, just send Summer in. And Summer's not the most agile or cat-like of cats. She's a bigger cat than she probably should be. But we was out in the garden, she was on the fence, and she was looking at something down from behind the fence. So I was like, oh, she's onto something. But normally she wouldn't go and catch anything. So she's walking along the fence, and then all of a sudden I just heard this almighty crack. And then Summer jumped up onto the fence, rat in mouth, dead, and run it over to the van. she body slammed that. She didn't catch it. She body slammed the rat, killed the rat instantly. So
Yes,
it's
was
not
instant,
funny because,
no.
as you know, I don't want to kill any of the rats. We both really like them, don't we? You just don't want the disease.
Yeah, I would 100% have a rat as a pet, like 100% without a doubt. But yeah, just obviously wild rats carry a lot of diseases,
and
so...
especially when we had AJ and he was having the chemo, obviously his immune system was weakened, so that's why you were so stressed about it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because they do carry disease. So this year, if they come back, it won't be as stressful.
No.
But you still don't want the disease.
I still don't want to be laying in a bath and having a rat run down the side of the bath and under the bath, Louise. No, I don't. Because as well, the bath panel, you haven't even fixed it. It's not on properly.
I wish I could high pitch you in real time. Because that would have been perfect. You haven't even done the bath, Louise.
Louise, there's a hole above my bath and above the shower. So where our shower is, there's a great big hole. There's just got a B&M bag up there.
I'd like to add that B&M bag is held for 15 months. B&M are providing top-notch bags.
B&M and French gaffer tape.
Oh yeah, French gaffer tape and B&M. But they'll fix all your problems. Leaky exhaust, B&M bag, gaffer tape.
Gaffer
sort
tape.
that right
French
out.
gaffer tape though, people. French.
Right, more questions.
Okay, yeah.
I'd love to know how you find time to edit in the evenings. It's literally, we'll finish work at like 5, 6, have dinner, have shower, then we have dinner, and then I edit till about 11.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
And that's how we find time. I'm going to try and go through them a bit quicker we can...
Yeah, because we do gas on a little bit, don't we?
We do gas on a little bit. When you got married, did you double barrel your surnames?
No.
No, we kept our individual... No, you took my surname.
Oh my God, Louise. You're so bad. No, I took Louise's surname.
Oh, I didn't see this one pop up. What do you miss most about living in a rural rather than urban location, and how remote is your home? This has come up a few times about the remoteness as well. I don't think I miss anything about living in like a busier place.
No.
No,
Nothing.
Where we are, like, don't get me wrong, where we are is remote. Like, if we broke a leg and we was on here on our own, you can't really call to the doctor or anything like that. So you have got that. But we have got a town and a village. Well, there's 2 towns. It's not a village, is it? It's a small town and a bigger town.
Yeah.
Pretty nearby. So if we want to go out and get things, it's not too far to go in the car, is it?
No, not at all.
And there's everything we need there. I saw another question pop up earlier about how easy it is to get building materials and supplies.
I'm out all the time.
It's actually extremely easy. So in our very small town, which is the size of what we would call a village in the southeast of England, there's 2 hardware stores. And then in the bigger town, there's another 2 hardware stores. And then just 1 hour away, you've got a multitude of... So Irish people like a hardware store. Normally it's paired up with a pub. So normally there's like a pub and a hardware store in one building. But there is a... I don't know if it's because there's so much farming.
Yeah.
There's an awful lot of hardware stores and building materials. And then you've got Joe Simon as well, where I get all the timber from.
All the timber and stuff like that, yeah.
So it's really probably easier actually here, specifically for building materials, than it was where we used to live. And
plus, like, we're so used to having to, like, drive, you say, like, in the UK and stuff, like, where we was from, it's always quite busy. So if you was going out for something, it would always take, like, an half-hour drive or 45-minute drive or something
even
like
if it was 10 minutes away, it's going to take a half hour in the car.
Yeah, because I went to the upholsterers the other day, and she was like, oh, you're a bit of a trek away, ain't you? I was like, it's 25 minutes. I'm like, I'll just pop back, you know? So one thing we find quite... Can I say amusing? One thing we enjoy about living in Ireland is the difference in attitude to driving times and distances. Yeah. So we found that if someone, I don't know if this is for the same for city folk, but if someone from rural Ireland has to maybe go for like 2 hours, got to go somewhere that's 2 hours away, they're packing sandwiches, looking at the map where the rest stops are. Like, it's a full expedition, like we would if we was driving from Kent to Cornwall. Yeah. Whereas to us, like 2 hours is you're just nipping out. So yeah, it's just a nip up, that isn't it? Yeah.
But maybe it's because there's no service stations.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, because there's a service station all the time.
But Irish people don't like to travel, like within their own country to go anywhere. So like Ireland's split up into lots of different counties. And sometimes, like, so we live in one county and I might ring a tradesperson in the next county. And even though it's only... say 10 minutes, even if they're like by the border of the county, it's a 10-minute drive, they'll go, no, I only cover Galway. And I'm like, but it could take you 45 minutes to get to the other side of Galway. I'm 10 minutes away, but they go, no, I only cover Galway. So they don't like to travel. Or they go, what was it? I bought a pair of running shoes
Maybe
somewhere.
it's just our English accent. They're like, no, I ain't travelling for them.
Yeah, maybe it is. No, I wouldn't say that. They've all been very welcoming.
They have, actually.
But like, I bought a pair of running shoes from somewhere, didn't I? And they said, if there's any problems with them, just bring them back. And then they took my address for the receipt or whatever it is they do now, and they went, oh, you're not really, it was 40 minutes. They were, oh, you're not really going to travel to bring them back, are you? And I was like,
yes.
It's 40 minutes. It could take me 40 minutes before to go to the post office when we lived in England.
Yeah, honestly, I absolutely love the Irish people. They're just so...
Oh, they are fantastic.
So lovely. And that was another question, was like, do you regret moving to... Do you have any regrets moving to Ireland? And
None
stuff like
whatsoever.
That?
Not
None.
a single one. And have we assimilated into the local... I think we're doing all right with the local people. I think we get on great. I mean, we talk to everybody. Everybody talks to us. I think... I don't know, probably what they say behind our backs. They probably have quite a good laugh about them, because sometimes someone will drive up the lane and we're hanging off the barn roof.
And they're just looking at us like, oh my God.
So I'm sure they have a great laugh at our expense, but in a very
jovial
way.
Yeah,
but yeah, our neighbours are absolutely fantastic,
oh my God.
aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. Like the farmers. I absolutely love the farmers. They are so nice, aren't they?
We have landed on our feet when it comes to nice neighbours.
Yes.
And we also, we had a visit from the previous owner, the family that used to own the house. It was fantastic. So we've chatted a little bit back and forth on Instagram, and then they come here quite often because they've still got family here, so they popped in, and they are absolutely lovely, aren't they?
Oh my God, so lovely. And it was just really nice to like chat to them and know that they were enjoying what we was doing with the place and stuff like that, wasn't they?
Yes, because obviously there's a lot of history here, and it means a lot to us that we honour that and don't, take the mick out of it or do anything offensive.
No. Yeah.
They also took us to the local pub, which is kind of like in someone's... It is a proper pub, but it looks like it's in someone's house. And we met loads of our other neighbours that live a bit further away who we've not come across. And again, they was all so friendly, weren't they?
So friendly and just really nice. And we need to... This is another reason why we need to get into the routine of working Monday to Friday, so that weekends we can try and like integrate a little bit more as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't say we're not integrating, but it would be nice if we could find more time to
do
go
it.
to the pub.
This is it. Yeah, there's like a little like on a Friday morning they do, because I saw it. They do little veg and coffee and cake down in the village.
Where we live is, in my opinion, comparatively to where we come from, very community driven.
Oh
isn't
my
it?
God!
So there are
so
things
much,
going on, and everybody kind of knows everyone, and so it's absolutely fantastic.
Nice.
No regrets. And there was another question about, is there anything you miss specific, like not just living in a busy place, but living in England? And I do miss, I would say England does public footpaths and walks better.
Yes. Yeah,
that is
I would
the
agree with you
one
there.
thing that I think I miss, is the sheer array of and well-kept public footpaths.
Yeah, like right-of-ways. Like, you can walk through the farmer's field, can't you? Like, you can't...
Yeah, there's a right-of-way through most...
Yeah.
You can do that. Like, I think it made a big difference to us. A lot of the walks here are no dogs.
Yes.
So, because obviously there's a lot of sheep and livestock, and you get the usual idiots that let their dog off, and, it causes a problem. So, a lot of the public right-of-ways do stop dogs. That's not to say there's not anywhere to walk your dog in Ireland. There's plenty of places to walk your dog, but you do have to think a little bit more about where you can. But that is the
100%.
only thing I'd say I missed.
Yeah, do you know what? Yeah, you're right there, because I was going to say nothing. So genuinely, because you can't even say like family and stuff, because I feel closer, like, to them being here than I did when we lived up in Northumberland.
Yeah, because it's so easy for you.
Because it's just so easy to get back, isn't it? So
yeah, it takes you 3 hours to get from here to London.
Yeah,
that's with me driving Emily to the airport, dropping her off, you getting on the plane, getting back to. Yeah, about 3 hours, and Emily's in London for work. So when we lived in Northumberland and you drive down, you was talking like 6 hours.
Yep.
On a good run. Depending on what the traffic done. I'm just looking for some more questions. You'll have to chat amongst yourselves.
Me and they will just have a little chat, won't we? We've got loads to chat about. There are some actual comments on here, but I can't.
No, you go on.
I can't really. Yeah. I can't really like... Oh, someone said the rest of Ireland's very community orientated. I'm not even speaking now, look. I can't even say it.
The rest of Ireland's very community orientated. We do get that vibe, don't we? We do get that vibe.
Yeah,
even when we first came here and just travelled around in the van, definitely got that vibe. And we was here for Halloween. And Halloween's... God, I'm really sorry, I forget. They call it something different in Ireland. It begins with S. What do you guys call Halloween? I forget what it's called. There's a name for it. Can't remember what it's called. But anyway, Halloween, all the little towns, or they put out little displays. That's it. It's just, yeah, I can't pronounce it.
Yeah, how do we pronounce that? I don't want to pronounce it wrong.
What was that programme I watched that was all about Ireland and Halloween?
Someone put Sohav.
No, it's it's spelled Samhein.
Yeah, no, but someone spelled it as in like that's how you say it.
It's going so quick that we can't read them.
Samhain.
I think it's Samhain. Yes.
Samhain. Thank you.
Because the Irish invented Halloween, which I think is true. Yeah. I have noticed the Irish claim to invent a lot of things that I don't think they did, but I think they did invent Halloween, and then the Americans kind of just run with it.
Yeah.
So Halloween's like a big deal, and all these little displays go out, and we was parking up in a few places, and all the kids come out, and like it was just
there was
cool,
like fireworks and a bonfire and stuff like. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Honestly, I'm looking forward to having Halloween. But the only thing, right, because obviously we do live rural, I've got no neighbours, so I used to love it when the kids came round.
You've got no one to do trick or treating.
Like I don't have any kids coming here for their little treats, you know.
Yeah,
I used to love that. Put my little pumpkin outside so I knew they could knock on the door.
One year, Emily bought all the sweets for the kids, right? And then she was sat there by the front door all excited, like they're going to start knocking. No one came and her little bottom lip was going. You were so sad. No one's come for my treats. The following year, she put a pumpkin outside with a candle in it, and then that was like kids.
That was it.
And then they all came. You were so excited when she ran out of sweets. She had to go boshing around to the shop, and I was shitting myself indoors because I was like, well, "What if they come now? I've got no sweets. Don't leave me.
Don't leave me.
Don't leave me with like these sugar hyped up kids trying to get their sweets." So yeah, that's something you're gonna miss. You're gonna miss not having trick or treaters.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna miss not having trick or treaters, but I'm gonna I don't know why, but I'm going to have a few little decorations and stuff around the place and that.
Yeah, we'll have Halloween, and we'll probably go out.
And I'll just get Louise to knock on the door, dressed up.
How about no? No, we will probably go out. We'll go out for Halloween, and we'll go to our local towns and see what the crack is.
Yeah, we've got a few people coming over. They might still be around.
Yes, yeah, we might have friends here for Halloween anyway. Yeah. So, I was wondering how Summer is doing without AJ.
She's very clingy. She loves me so much now.
Yeah, she has got clingier. So initially, she didn't really react, did she? Because, well, she didn't.
Yeah.
And then when we first went driving in the van, she cried, didn't she?
Yes, she did. And
without him. She travels so well.
Yeah.
She just sits up on the bed. She travels. She's no bother. Yeah. She doesn't get stressed at all. She just sleeps and isn't fussed. But the first time we went without AJ, she was, you know, like that. Not a meow, like a cry meow.
Cry, yeah.
And then when we got on the ferry to go back to England, now Summer's been on quite a lot of ferries at this point. She's never bothered again. We just drive on. She stays on she gets on the driver's seat.
Yes, she goes on the driver's seat and just lays there, doesn't she?
Which would make sense because AJ would be between the two seats, so maybe she laid close to him.
Yeah.
But this time, as soon as we drove on the ferry, she obviously knows what it is, and she went and hid under the pillow as if she's lost. So I don't think she misses him per se in a daily basis, but I think she misses her big brother security blanket.
Like security blanket and stuff. Yeah, definitely. And we had a friend here who bought their dog.
Yes, Floyd. So some friends, Mike and Caroline, who we met in Portugal 2 winters ago now.
2 winters ago.
I know. They've got a dog called Floyd. They paid us a visit, and she wasn't fussed by Floyd at all. She had a bit of a look. Floyd was very good.
Oh, Floyd was so good.
He wasn't fussed by her either.
Yeah.
And she came out the van and was walking around with Floyd in the garden.
Floyd was in the garden. She was sitting up on the side of the sofa. Floyd was in here. Just didn't even. She was like, okay, we've got another dog over here.
So I think she misses the security side, and she is more clingier, certainly with you, isn't she?
100%. Like, as soon as I sit down, she's on me, isn't she? Like, she'll be laying and sleeping somewhere else, but if I sit down, she'll be, like, straight over, whereas before she wouldn't, and I'd be on the floor, like I'm doing my post-run stretch, and she's down there, isn't she? Like, around me and stuff like that. So, yeah. I've never known so much love from Summer, actually.
Yeah, it's kind of nice, but I don't think she's depressed or sad.
No, I think she's just missing that little security blanket.
Yeah. What are your decorating plans for the cottage? What's your mood board like? Modern, traditional, colour scheme?
I don't have a mood board. No. I'm winging a prayer at the minute just to get it done. So.
We want it to be traditional cottage vibes, really. So it's going to be, obviously we're having the wibbly wobbly lime plaster. The walls will be lime washed, probably white, and then with some bits of. We've got one stone wall being exposed, and then maybe a few bits of stone.
Yep.
But so lime's a lot more reflective than regular white paint. So the reason we want to go with white lime is because it will bounce light back into the room so well. And then because we're having the vaulted ceiling, we'll want it to be as light and airy as possible.
Yep.
And then traditional. It's going to be very old school traditional cottage.
Yes. Well, yeah, it will be, but like, you just.
What you're thinking? Flagstones on the floor.
Yeah, flagstones on the floor, but my sink isn't very like traditional, is it?
Yeah, you've got to sort your sink first.
Stink?
Yeah, but that's just your sink. The rest of it around it will be traditional cottage vibes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's best when we come to the kitchen, if we just decide at the time what the kitchen's going to be, because you'll change your mind.
This is the thing, like, because it's taken a long time, like, because we're very slow. We're in no like great rush and stuff, are we? Everything changes all the time. One thing we're like, oh yeah, we want to do that, and then a month later we're like, oh no, actually, yeah, we don't want to do that, or it changes because the cottage is really dictating, well, has been dictating how we go and what we do, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got a life of its own.
Yes.
That leads on to another question. Have our layout plans changed?
100%, yeah.
Yeah, they have changed. So what was going to be Emily's snug at the very end, Emily's office, sorry, right at that little shed at the end, is now going to be the utility room. Someone else actually asked if we were going to have a big utility room for your washing addiction.
Yes.
Yes, because obviously we have the cabin now, so we've got separate spaces where, and once we've got the cottage, the cabin and the van, it seems silly to then have an office when you've already got
all these other
three different
things.
places where we can work separately if we need
to.
So
that section, what we're planning is that I'm going to have 2 washing machines in there and a tumble dryer. And it's where we're going to like...
Just going to go and open a window.
So I know it's a bit warm, isn't it? Yeah. You're letting off a lot of heat, Louise.
You carry on telling them about your washing machine.
Shut up. Well, I'm going to have one for pet washing and dirty washing, like muddy and stuff. And I'm going to have one for like good washing and things, because we've got a washing machine that came with the house, and then I'll get a new one for the nice stuff, but I don't want to get rid of that one. This is all interesting stuff, Louise. Some ladies will like this.
That washing machine that came with the house is going strong.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
And it's where we're going to have like our boot store, isn't it? And when we come back,
it's going to be like a mud room. So when we come back from muddy dog walks, all the wet gear can
go in there, and then.
Yes, so the plumbing's there for it already. When we had the first fix plumbing done, all the pipes and whatnot there.
2 washing machines, you've changed.
So we keep getting messages come up because this is my phone. So Matt's just been, 2. So we're getting messages, 2 washing machines, you've changed.
I have, Matt,
honestly.
This is the
first I've heard about 2 washing machines.
No, because I've always wanted to have 2 washing machines, but now I'm having. And anyway, Matt, you can't say I've changed. Look what you're going to be buying. Hold on a minute.
How
4 washing machines you're going to have.
How has your YouTube making kit evolved since you started? Which bit of kit couldn't you live without? What would you like to add to the setup if budget wasn't an issue? So our YouTube kit hasn't changed for years now. We're just using the same old camera. The camera is getting very big up. I've just bought a new lens, but it is literally a direct replacement, the exact same lens that I'm replacing it with, because the lens has taken a hit. AJ knocked it over on the beach. It's full of sand, it's full of salt water, it's full of dust, it's full of lime, it's full of concrete. It's completely knackered. But apart from that, the kit's the same. My dream, if I were to add anything to the setup, it would be a better camera for wildlife photography, because I'm using a very old Nikon D750 and a Sigma,
old, isn't it?
150 to 600 variable zoom lens. So I'd love a better film. It's great for photography, but I'd love a better filming setup for wildlife. But the house is costing all of the budget.
It's taking the budget, So I'm just drinking water.
We're just having to keep the cameras going and try not to spend too much on them. But you don't need, honestly, people ask about filming gear and stuff all the time. I could probably make the same. It wouldn't affect our view count, I think, if I switched to filming on our phone, because I could still put the same content into it. It's just I like the creative side of having the camera. But you don't need fancy kit. You just...
No.
It's nice to have a nice camera.
Yeah, and also don't forget you done photography, like...
Yeah, photography was my hobby to start with.
Your hobby, wasn't it? So, you know, you like to do that side of it, and the creativity and the editing side of the pictures and things like that. So you...
Honestly, a great YouTube video is more in the edit than it is in your camera gear, I'd say, and the storytelling. And, and practice.
I think that
your ability to know what you're going to film or what you need to film or stuff like that.
I think you can put. You've got such a really good imagination that you can tell a story really well.
Yeah.
I get her to sometimes when we're out on walks, I get her to make up and tell me a story whilst we're on the walk.
You do. Why haven't you just put my shoes on
I
your
don't
feet?
know.
Take my shoes off your troll feet. Little troglodyte feet.
They're not troll feet.
You have got troll feet. I don't know where you're going.
I'm done now. I'm going.
Right, I'm going to switch over to Instagram now. Do a few questions from Instagram, and then we'll just freeball it on the chat here because I haven't done any off the Instagram yet.
I don't think we've done a lot of
We haven't done a lot of questions. At all.
questions, to be honest with you, Louise.
Where's
'cause-
Instagram on your phone?
Wait a minute. Don't you doing it too quick? There.
Right, we'll just.
What's that noise?
It's just the wind. I'll just do.
What are you doing?
I don't know. We'll
He
just,
doesn't know what they're doing now.
right, we're gonna do 5 questions from Instagram, really, really fast. The first 5 that come up, and then we'll go to the chat and see what we can get from there.
I'm ready.
I'm just coming
Go.
up. I'm just trying to not do ones we've repeated.
Okay, well, you're taking your time.
Read something on there, and I'll
read something on there. Oh, Philly and Keely, and I see someone saying hi to Philly and Keely. To see you, nice to see you here too.
Philly and Keely in the chat.
In the chat, yeah.
We like Philly and Keely.
We do like Philly and Keely. I've got a few jobs for Philly.
Right, have you any thoughts on what you'll do work-wise once your home is completed? I reckon you'd be a good teacher, teaching women Oh, this has got a lot of comments, actually.
Yeah.
Teaching women DIY online, Patreon, just the full. I've actually thought about this before, so
Yes,
I
you
would...
have. We were talking about this not long ago, actually.
Yeah, I would love to have another channel that either teaches DIY, geared towards women, but not specifically for women, because fundamentally it's the same job. But yes, geared towards women. And that probably would be more of a Patreon basis to keep it small. So we'd have the main channel and I'd do that. But the truth of the matter is I just don't have the time at the minute. So I'd love to have a separate DIY channel that does like DIY videos, like normal videos. But then if you wanted more in depth, then maybe just so many people at a time can join the Patreon and we can do like private lives, maybe some workshops and things like that.
Yeah, we were talking about some workshops and stuff, wasn't we?
Yeah, but the organisation and the time I'd need to dedicate to that, I just wouldn't be able to do it justice. It would be very rushed and no one would be benefiting from it. But maybe in the future, once the house is done and there's a bit more time, then perhaps. But I'd also like to have a similar channel for content creation and video making and that kind of thing. So I'd love, not necessarily as a job, it's not a career move, but I'd love to, one day in the very distant future, I would imagine the camper vibe videos will either, you'll all just stop watching because we got boring, or we'll have to peter off because I don't think we can put in this level of effort forever, especially as we get older. So it would be nice to have something else that's a little bit less edity and fast paced, but is more beneficial to people. Yeah. So I'd like to maybe do that. But as far as a job goes, I will keep making videos for, I was going to say for as long as people watch them, but I'll probably keep making them anyway, because one thing, we've lost 2 dogs now, and one thing, we've got so much footage and cool memories of AJ, which we don't have of Wilson. Obviously, we've got photos and a few video clips, but because we didn't really do social media, we don't have much video, and it's so cool to have these things to look back on.
Oh, it really is, honestly. Being able to make that video of AJ.
Yeah, with all the clips and have them for our lifetime. And it'll be the same with us. When we're old one day and we're sitting in rocking chairs, we'll have to look back on our adventures and remember all the things we
Louise
did.
was saying to me, when I was thinking about maybe we should have children, I was like, sorry, what? A bit late, don't you think? She's like, well, I was thinking that, be someone that we could tell all of our cool stories to. And I was like, I don't really think that that's the right reason to have a child, if I'm honest with you. We got nieces and nephews to tell our stories to, Louise.
Yeah, but they won't.
You can't guarantee that the children would care either.
Would you consider retiring from your job?
No.
No, Emily doesn't want to, do you?
No,
you
I
like having
don't.
your own thing?
Yeah, I do like having my own job, and if for whatever reason that job stops, then I will go on to a different job. I will find another job. Yeah, I like to have my own separate, because I don't get involved in the editing, so that's why. Yeah,
and it also means that we don't feel pressure to do YouTube, but we know other creators, and sometimes the pressure can get much. So we won't have that pressure, because if we do ever need to take a bit of time off for whatever reason, whether it be health or whatever, your job will be there as a fallback, won't it? So it just takes the pressure off. Have you watched any GAA? I am starting to finally understand some of the. So for anyone that's not Irish, GAA is the Gaelic Athletic Association. So it's Gaelic football, hurling, which is a weird game with sticks, violent game.
It is very violent.
Imagine if you played hockey at school and it got a bit dirty. It's like that, but on steroids. It's like those guys that play hurling, they're tough. I don't understand the rules of hurling, but GAA I'm getting used to. The first time we saw it, I was like, rugby? Is it football? Like, what? They didn't understand the scoring.
We were standing outside at a fence just like, what is going on?
Yes. Another thing we love about living in Ireland is, so every single town pretty much has its own GAA club, doesn't it? And then the town, like if they win their little league, they then go to the big league, and then they go to the county championships and then the national championships. And if your local team does well, literally the flags come out, don't they?
Yes. Oh my God! And like you can hear them bibbing in like the
if they win, yeah.
If they win,
I meant before the match, like before the big matches, the whole town gets their flags out, the colours are shown.
Yeah.
It's in every town.
It's in every town. It's really
and signs
good.
go up, like local businesses. Like, they'll say good luck, so and so ladies. Like if the ladies GAA team are playing, or if they're in a final or a semi-final. So yes, we have watched some GAA. Desi also messages me when there's big games. He goes, "Oh, put RTE on. So and so's playing in the such and such thing." So we're slowly getting into it.
Yeah.
But it is different.
Oh yes, it takes a little bit to get like sort of into, because to understand all of the rules. It's the rules, yeah. It's not like we enjoy it. It's just understanding the rules. We're not that good at understanding the rules. Took a while.
How is the budget going so far?
What budget?
For the house. So I would say we're actually currently running much under budget to what we was going to have spent by this point, because purely because we're doing everything ourselves, sourcing all the materials ourselves. Obviously, we've had Desi and Jimmy and a few guys, and obviously the electrician and plumber for bits and pieces. But so far, it hasn't cost much. The stonework, we have the stone. There's literally, we've got stone coming out of our ears.
Yeah.
The lime, because we're using the hot lime, it's cheap as chips. It's not like buying a bag of premix. Like the lime cost us, it's like less than £2 a mix or something. So it's actually not costing much. The cabin was probably the most expensive thing. Yes. And we've done a cost video on that, and that actually came in quite cheap, really, didn't it?
Yeah. For what the spec it is, yes, it did. Yeah.
So the budget is
the budget is all right, actually. Yeah, it's not too bad. And I think what also helps is that the trades, like the stonemason, he was just like, I'm not coming back to do that. You can do it. Do you know what I mean? They wasn't scouting and trying to make more work or jobs for themselves. They was just like, you 100% can do that. If you get any trouble, then give me a call. Like, he was so good, wasn't he? So, and it's nice that they are like that. And we all know Desi's a good one as well. Do not tell him I said that.
So someone did ask about Desi's YouTube channel. It's DG Developments. So if you search DG Developments on YouTube, you'll find Desi's YouTube channel. Right, last question from there then is, does anything scare you? Or are you just superwomen? I think when it comes to the renovation.
Heights.
Yeah, Emily. Yeah, but you're getting so quick up and down that scaffold now.
Yeah, I know.
You don't care now, do you?
Working on my muscles.
That's where she's built their muscles. Some things scare me. Like, there are things, but you just have to grit your teeth and do it. Because if you don't back yourself, you won't do anything.
Yeah. To be fair, I don't really like using the power tools.
Oh, you don't like using the power tools?
No.
You don't like the reciprocating saw one little bit?
No, not at all.
You're getting good with the screwdriver, though, the electric screwdriver.
The electric screwdriver. And what's this one?
Chop saw.
Yeah, and that one.
You like that one, or are you scared of that one?
No, I like that one. That one's all right, yeah.
So you'll do the chop saw and the screwdriver?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you need any wood cutting and screwing together, Emily is
I am
woman.
your lady, honestly. Anything else, though? No. And I don't really like sanding. Sanding is horrendous.
No one likes sanding. Sanding is the worst job.
It is, though, isn't it?
So I'm seeing a lot of people saying congratulations on 150k subs. Thank you very much. We did hit 150k a little while ago, didn't we?
We did, yeah. It's very exciting. I couldn't believe it.
Well, I didn't realise it was a thing, but lots of people messaged to say congratulations. I thought 200k would be like the next milestone if we ever get there, which I don't think we will. But we're very...
It took a long time to get to 150, didn't it?
We're very happy to have the 150k.
We are, yeah.
It does mean a lot, doesn't it?
It really does. Very fortunate.
A large amount of that 150k watch the videos every week, which is an actual bigger achievement. So getting lots of subscribers is not easy, but getting people to continually watch. So if you do watch every week or most weeks, thank you very much. It does mean the world, doesn't it?
It really does, yeah. It's so nice reading the comments and stuff, and I'm always annoyed that I can never answer all of the comments and things like that. And with all of the work that we're doing, it's getting harder and harder for me to answer all of the comments, but we do read them all.
Yes,
so
we do read them all. I did just see a question, but it's gone, and now my
1 mil
my
coming
brain's
soon.
forgotten. 1 mil coming soon.
I feel like it's not gonna, but
To be honest, the pressure of
Oh my
running a
God,
channel that size, I think would be difficult.
yes,
Like,
yeah,
I feel bad if we miss a video. Like, if we miss a video now, so many people are disappointed, and I feel a responsibility to try and put a video out every Sunday because people are so used to
Yeah.
it and they look forward to it or whatever. That trying to do it for 1 million people, like the pressure.
well, it's a lot
Like,
of pressure.
our
right,
channel's a
isn't it?
good size. Like, we can just about manage with that, can't we? If it gets
Yeah.
any bigger, I think it.
Oh, you're gonna do another cut off?
Another cut off.
Yeah, like you did before. You was like, oh no, when you get to so many subscribers, kind of off.
Oh yeah. Subscriptions are closed at 151k. We are closing subscriptions, so we don't need many to get to 151k. I don't know how many it is, so I'd get in there quick. You know what I'm saying?
If you're not subscribed, you best hit that button.
I'd hit that button, or you're gonna miss out.
You're such a twat, honestly. Do you think that we would ever travel over to the US?
Yes, at some point. US is high on your list, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I want to do like Costa Rica and stuff.
That's not the US.
No, I know that, but it's over that way.
You
and you're
can't
gonna...
ask a question and go, I want to do this.
You might also want to do Australia as well.
Yes, we want to, like I said, we want to do big travels, but again, we did look into coming to America with AJ and Summer actually, and
It's going to be bloody expensive.
yeah, we was going to pay the money to get the boat to bring AJ and Summer, but we couldn't get. It was like a year or 2 year wait list for the dog
Yeah, the
to be able to take the dog on,
kennels, yeah.
and that would have made him too old. We didn't want, which is, with hindsight, is probably a good thing we didn't.
Oh yes, of course.
So yes, we will do them at some point. I'm just not sure when.
Sure when.
Yeah. Our priorities are a bit all over the place at the minute about deciding.
They are, and we just keep changing our minds. We just don't know what to do. It's so difficult right now because you get into one thing, you're like, oh yeah, I'll do that. But I think that there should be some travels in our future, our quite near future. That's what I believe, because I feel that we haven't travelled properly for over 2 years.
Well, Philly and Keely have said there's space in Milo, so you could just go and stay with them
I will.
in their van.
Book me a ticket.
So the other option is to not ship a van over, not go on the boat, and to fly out. But I have the issue with flying, so
This is the reason, because everyone like always, I get a few comments every now and then about me going away and leaving Louise, and that's because Louise won't go on a plane. Louise is more than, you go Louise, you want to go anywhere, you want to come on lovely holidays with me, we can go together, you can go by yourself, but Louise will not fly.
no. But I'll drive you wherever you want to go.
You can't drive me everywhere, Louise. Driving to Australia, are you?
I would fix the AC for the gate. You haven't got air conditioning in your bus, in your... I'm not coming.
In Milo, feeling Keely.
I'm not coming
What?
if it's going to be hot. 4 of us in there is going to be a sweaty mess.
Yeah, a very sweaty mess.
A sweaty mess. You do want to go and meet them out there and do some climbing, don't you?
I do, yeah, in Yosemite.
I'm not saying that I
National Park.
don't. I'd love to. It'd be awesome, but it's just that whole getting on a plane thing.
Yeah, but me and Keely are gonna gang up on you in like a week or so's time.
Is this pre-planned?
It's pre-planned.
Pre-planned.
Pre-planned. 2 weeks time, you're getting ganged up on.
John the Tall says it's nice in the Nordics. Going back to Norway is very much high on our list, and doing the bit we didn't do last time. So that is that's in our top 5 still of things.
Yeah.
I'd say that's in our top 5 things of places in the world we must go.
Oh,
and then
100%.
if we're doing that, of course, we want to go do a bit more of Sweden and into Finland, because we didn't go into Finland at all last time. So
Yeah.
Norway is still our favourite van life trip, and we definitely want to go back there, don't we?
Yeah. There's a lot of people in the comments that are saying that they won't fly either, you know, so I don't think you're the
only one. So I used to fly. So I did see someone ask before. So I've lost count of how many times
Yeah.
I've flown. We've been to Mexico a couple of times, Caribbean, all over Europe. I flew to Australia, Japan, America, because I went to California by myself.
Yep.
So I've flown, and then we've done all like the cheap holidays and like down to Portugal and Greece
all
and
of that
Tunisia
stuff.
and all of those. So I've been on countless planes, and it never used to bother me. And then at some point in my 30s, I just went, that's something that heavy, even though I understand the physics of it, that should not be in the sky. That's not normal.
And the excuses started to roll in.
They keep breaking, right? So I don't like relying on other people to do their job efficiently, because let's be honest, people don't do that so much anymore. Someone's having to look after these planes, and you're relying wholeheartedly that on a Friday afternoon, when they're meant to be changing apart, they're doing it to the best of their ability. Now, we all know that on a Friday afternoon, if you're at work, you don't really do anything to the best of your ability because it's Friday afternoon. So these things are cable cars are breaking, like all these things, they're sort of coming to the end of their life, I reckon. It's just, I just don't like them.
Keely, you got your work cut right out for you. I'm telling you.
I'd rather go on a boat. I get seasick if it's a bit choppy, but I'd rather go on a boat for, well, how many days does it take to get to America on a boat? 7.
No, I think 5.
5 days. I'd rather go and be
sure
sick for 5 days on a boat.
Yeah.
Because if a boat breaks, I can at least swim, and I'm pretty sure I could cobble something together in the water for us to float on.
Oh, shut up, Louise.
I said, you got to back yourself. I backed myself to make something out of the bits of boat.
Don't you just.
That we can live on. I backed myself more to survive a boat travesty than a plane crash.
Oh, wow, Louise, honestly.
I'm a gambler and I like those odds better.
Okay, fine. So, it looks like that we're going to be getting on a boat out to America to meet Philly and Keely for some climbing.
Someone said the plane is the safest way to travel. Yes, statistically it is the safest way to travel. I'm more likely to have an accident in the car driving to the shop than I am to die on a plane.
Yes.
But if I have a car accident, it's going to be far less horrific than sitting in the air for however many seconds it takes to fall from the top all the way back down to the ground going, oh my God, my guts are about to be above my head.
You don't know that, Louise.
No, I don't know that, but I'm just saying. That's how I feel about flying.
So this is the constant battle that I have, and this is why I fly off and leave Louise.
Plus, if we do get another dog, that I won't want to leave it
Oh, no.
on a plane, to go on a plane holiday. So it has to be, the whole point of building a van was so we could drive places with the dog.
Yeah, and we have done for 5 years.
Yeah.
So you got to mix it up a little bit, Louise.
Yeah, see, someone agrees fairground. See, fairground rides is another thing.
Yeah, do you know what? To be fair, I would agree with you on fairground rides. Like, this was one of the reasons why I didn't want to go on that big one when we was with Laura and Jackie.
Oh, you do like a fairground ride?
I do. I like a theme park and stuff. I do like a theme park, yeah. But I'm with you. Fairground rides can be a little bit dodgy for sure, can't they?
Yeah. Maybe visit the Titanic Museum in Belfast before you go across the
we've done
Atlantic.
that.
You've been there, haven't you?
Yes, yes.
But again, the boat the boat situation, like I'd rather drown than smash into the ground from a great height. What would you rather?
I feel like that would be instant. Drowning is not instant.
No, it's not instant,
Louise.
isn't it? Because you've got all the anticipation of it's happening.
Yeah, but so you've got all the anticipation of the
No,
ship
you're
sinking.
already drowned. No, yeah, but you can try. That's what I'm saying. You've got your life is in your hands a little bit more because you can try. If the plane's going down, there's nothing you can do.
I think there's a lot of people on the Titanic that, bless them, they couldn't, like...
This is a morbid convo, you're right. Should we change the subject?
It really is, isn't it? We're getting like, everyone's just knocking off. They're like, no, like, come on. They've turned dark. It's too much. It's too much.
Saturday night, you see.
Yeah, and it's Saturday.
Lots of people are scared of going on a plane, though.
Yeah, I do get that. I understand that it is a scary thing to go on, but if you want to go and do some big travels, then you kind of have to, Louise.
Would you ever do Cameo? We was on Cameo the other day, weren't we? When we was with everyone looking at Cameo. I don't think we have enough of a following to go on Cameo. So if you don't know what Cameo is, basically we go on Cameo and then you can like pay us 20 quid or whatever to record a silly message for you. You know, you could get Emily to call your husband a twat or something.
I don't think I'd charge 20 quid for it.
Well, you know, I mean, that's just an example.
Steep.
We're not going on Cameo. It was just an example. So yeah, no, we're not on Cameo. But I do think Cameo.
But I'll quite happily call people's husbands as well. If that's what you want, I'm up for it.
It's going to cost you €20. And if you're paying pounds or dollars, you're going to have to pay the fee. The exchange fee for us to get it into euro. Yeah. Sleep during the flight. I did think that's the only way to get on a plane is to just literally not sleep for like 5 days beforehand.
5 days.
And then take a load of temazepam as I get on and just be in compos mentis when I get on there.
Look, I will not force you to go on a plane. We've already said this. I won't do it. But it works well because Louise doesn't stop me going on any holidays with the girls or...
No, I like it. It's peaceful.
That's not nice,
and I
is
can
it?
watch the sport without you talking to me while the sport's on.
This is what I'm saying. She just pure zones me out. And I'm like, Louise, you have like a very good knack of doing it, don't you?
I just did it then.
I know, I can see.
Just done it. Did you even see? Yeah, see, no one even knew.
You're such a twat.
How old are you two? Oh, do you want to say? I don't care.
We're both currently 39.
I will be 40 in a month.
Yep, less than.
Less than a month. I will be the big 40.
and I am 40 next year.
Oh, look. See, 10 quid for Emily to leave a squeaky answer phone machine. See, your squeak voice would go down well on Cameo.
Actually, it probably would.
I reckon it would. Or you could send me your wife or husband, and I'll squeak them up for you.
Oh, that'd be even better, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Where is Summer? So we brought Summer in for the live,
Yeah.
and then she decided that she was going back to the van. So Summer isn't here. She's gone back to the van because she knows it's coming. So Summer always gets a few treats before bed, and because it's coming up for Emily's bedtime, she didn't want to miss that opportunity. So she stupidly went to the van, and now we're in here. So
bless her.
So right, you've done your hour. So
Yeah,
Emily will only commit to doing this live streams for an hour, and then we get on here, and she always wants to stay a bit longer. So
I've actually done an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah, 10
and
minutes.
anyone that knows me, this is 10 past 9.
10 minutes past her
It's
bedtime.
10 minutes past my bedtime. Honestly, even when I'm at festivals, if you get me up till like 10:30, you'd be lucky.
You did well when we was at the festival.
I did
You
do
did
well.
stay up one night
I
till
did.
2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Was it?
Yeah.
No, oh, that's when we had a couple of drinks.
The night we had a few drinks.
Yeah, and I had my rave hat on.
We went to see Faithless were playing, so we went to see them, and Emily had to rave it up, didn't you?
Rave it up, yeah.
Which she was
That's
very
not
good at.
my type of music, if I'm perfectly honest with you.
And don't we all know it? Didn't
No.
we all know it?
You can't say that, because I was dancing all night to that. Laura and Jackie didn't even know I didn't like it until I told them.
You was a very cute little raver.
Yeah, that's it. But to be fair, when I'm out in the thing, I'm just out living my best life, enjoying it. It doesn't matter what's planned because you're with good friends and Louise and a few drinks.
Will you be doing the Wild Atlantic Way? We've done quite a lot of it when we did our first trip. So if you want to see that, if you go back through our videos to about 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago.
God,
Yeah,
is it?
yeah, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 years ago we came to Ireland for the first time. So if you go back there, you can see us do quite a bit of the Wild Atlantic Way. We haven't done all of it. We haven't done the top part, and we haven't done the very bottom part either.
No.
We've done the bit in the middle.
We've done a bit, haven't we? Yeah. A bit flitty because we was then like looking at stuff, wasn't we?
Mm-hmm.
So, but no, it was very, very nice. And there are still more bits of the Wild Atlantic Way that we want to do. But again, we just need to make sure that we just take some time out of the building process to be able to go off and do it. We did go on a nice little hike the other day though, didn't we?
We did indeed. A lot of questions about Joni.
Oh, where is Joni?
I don't know if Joni's here. Lots of people are asking how she is. She's very well. She does still do van life. She's been away quite a bit in her little blue van this year, hasn't she?
She's been away loads this year. She even came over here as well.
She came over here for 6 weeks, I think.
6 weeks,
I don't know if she's in the chat.
yeah.
She might be. She probably is, but she might be keeping it low.
Oh, I don't know how. I've hit my step goal 2 times.
That's because you've been flipping your arms
Flipping
around all
about
over
and
the
stuff.
place.
Yeah. No, yeah. Joni came to Van Life Eats with us as well, didn't she?
Yes, she came to Van Life
Oh,
Eats.
yeah. Just came with us and then left us. It's just like.
Yep.
She's like, no, I'm not going to park next year. I'm going to park next to my friends. I was like, okay, fine.
Yeah, so Joni's good. Your mum's good. You're going away with your mum soon, aren't you?
I am going away with my mum soon. I'm going away with my mum to Rome.
Having a cheeky little trip with Kath.
I'm going on a plane with that Louise.
Yeah, again.
She didn't want to come. It's mother-daughter thing anyway. She didn't want to do it. Didn't want to do a plane, did you?
I'm not. If I do get on, I will get on a plane again. But if I do get on a plane, it's going to be for somewhere really good, not a 4-day
What would
trip
you class
to
as
Rome.
really good then?
It'd have to be Costa Rica.
Yeah.
A big long trip to Australia.
Yeah.
America, we can get there on a boat, so I'm good with that.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I'm starting to flag. I'm starting to get tired.
Cambodia, but I think we can drive to Cambodia.
Do you
I
think?
think I can figure that out. Yeah. There's a
No.
problem when you get to Iran because I don't think you can take a right-hand drive into Iran, but I'm sure we can figure out a way.
Okay.
Borneo, all of South America.
Yeah.
But if we get the boat to North America,
Then we can just drive.
hitch a ride in Milo, us feeling keen to drop us off in Mexico,
Drop us off.
then we can just go down from there. I think that'll work.
Oh, I can't believe. Yeah. All right.
I think that'll work. Right, are you done or do you want to carry on?
What do you want to do?
I don't mind, but I can see you're getting tired.
Okay. It's been a big day. I've been up well early. We've had a big week. I went for a run this morning.
Any advice for Brits moving over to Ireland in the next few months? Bring an umbrella, it is wet now.
Yeah, you are coming into the rainy season, but also the rainbow season.
Rainbow season, as we like to call it.
Yes, I don't feel like it's an official season, but it's what we call it as the rainbow season.
Yes, so we have had the best. The summer's been fantastic, hasn't it? We've had really,
Yeah.
really hot weather, but then we went to England and we've got back from England, and it's just there's been some rain every single day. Not all day, some days all day, but yeah, the wet season is upon us.
It's hilarious. So I was speaking to Mick the farmer, and he was like, "We've had a glorious summer. It's been so good. Like hardly any rain." I was like, "Yeah, tell me about it." I was like, "The day we came back," he went, "Yeah, we've just hit a bit of a bad bump. It'll be fine. Give it a couple of days. It'll be fine again."
Yeah.
So we're hoping for a little bit of a good September, aren't we?
The long-term forecast is shocking. We need to do loads of jobs outside, and I've been checking it probably about once an hour.
This is what also is gonna.
This is the other problem. If we stay here and work on the house, there's a lot of jobs we can't do, and there's a lot of jobs that if we attempt to do them and we do get heaped upon by the weather,
Then we're screwed.
then we're either screwed or the job that we do won't be as good as the job we would do if we did it in dry weather. So it does make more sense to go and do something cool now.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying, and we're kind of hankering after, like, I want to stay and do the cottage. I do, because it's progress on a cottage and I want to see it done, but I do feel that the weather...
But the thing we want to do will take us away from here for about 6 months.
Yes.
Which
yeah,
is
but
a
if
long
we
time
go...
away.
Like November, so you're November, December, January, February, March, April, then we're back for the good thing in May, June, July, August.
Good weather, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I think.
That's where we're at.
That's my thought pros.
Tired?
I'm starting to lag. It's not the live stream, it's me. I'm starting to lag. But yeah, that's my thought process.
What made you do the barn roof yourselves? No one else would do it.
No
one else would do it.
No.
So we know a few people that are doing up cottages and they want one built and they can't find anyone to buy it. We know a few people that have got them and like ours, it was starting to fall apart and they want them taken down.
Yeah.
There's one company I found that specialise in it, and they're so busy. They only really want to put up new ones.
Yeah.
So we was going to do it ourselves anyway, but I did look into it when we was in a rush to get it down because it was dangerous when it was after the storm, when it was flapping around. It was dangerous and we just needed to get it down.
Yeah.
But no one will do it. Like the local builders won't do it. So, and everyone said to me before it went up, like a lot of locals said, "Well, you'll just take it down now, wouldn't you?" I was like, "No, I'm going to rebuild it." But how? So,
how are you going to do it?
But honestly, they did build them with literally long ladders.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I would not be building that with long ladders, I'm telling you. But again, it's another thing that everything that we're doing, generally I'm like, wow.
It was a challenge, both getting it down.
Yeah.
Getting the old one down was probably harder than building the new one.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
But yeah, getting it down and back up again, definitely the hardest thing we've done since we got
so
here.
I'm hoping it stays now because do you know what? If it comes down again, it's not going back up.
It is.
Louise!
It is, I love it. We're not taking it away.
I do actually love it, to be fair, and I think it looks lovely as well.
What are you planning for your 40th birthday? Well, this is interesting.
No,
Emily's going on holiday with my mother and my sister, and I'm staying here by myself because they were the cheap dates.
Right, and you know I can't even answer with what you got for your birthday.
Yeah.
So you're being really cheeky. Plus, I'm not actually going away for her birthday. I'm here for her birthday. I just fly out the day after.
The day after. So we can't go and do anything. You know. Luckily, I'm not a big birthday person. I'm not one that needs to...
And also, I didn't just book this. Like, you're making it out. You're so bad, Louise. You're such a twat. Seriously, I asked her, I specifically said, do you want to do anything for your birthday? Shall we go and do this? Shall we go and do that? Like, and I can't even book any, like, a surprise holiday or something because she wouldn't go. She wouldn't
I've
go.
got too much to do to be faffing around going on holidays.
Honestly. Although, we could just sneak a little cheeky one in and get you, like, drugged up for the flight.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I'll think about it.
Yeah. Anyway, I think...
We're done.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is that what you were going to say? Was you going to say something else? You're tired, didn't you?
Yeah,
when Emily gets tired, her thought process doesn't work out. And she goes, so Emily has 2 periods of the day. Once in the morning when she wakes up and overdoses on coffee, and then nothing makes sense because she's flitting between too many sentences and thoughts. And then she does the same at bedtime because she hasn't got enough coffee and her brain just won't join up the thoughts.
Yeah.
And that's how we know she's getting tired.
And the words won't come out properly. So I think we're going to have to go to sleep for this.
Yes, so on that note, we will say thank you all so much for coming along. We do enjoy doing the lives, don't we?
Yes, I really enjoyed doing them.
Hopefully we've made some kind of sense. Again, sorry we couldn't keep up with it. We try and do stuff from the chat, but it goes so fast that
And it's great that everyone's having little chats in there as well. So sometimes it's hard to pick out the comments, the questions and things like that. But I love going back and reading it afterwards and seeing all the little chats between you all and stuff like that, which is nice,
go back
isn't
and read
it?
them afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not tonight though. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna go to, me and Sammy are going for our bedtime snacks.
So we will see you lot all next week on Sunday. Back to normal scheduling. We'll see you Sunday at 4. When we got it's a long video, but it's a decent video.
Do you know what? Please watch it because it's been a really hard week.
A lot of effort went into not only doing the job but also filming and editing the video. So
yeah.
So yeah, please watch it.
Please watch it. Yeah.
And we'll see you then. So good night.
Good night. Good night. Good night.
You have to press the button.
Right. Which one?
Just tap the screen.
Yeah.
And then.
You're a liar.
What? I don't know, do I? Oh,
Wait a minute,
yeah, maybe just press that.
Yeah. End.
Bye.
Bye.